Okay, on this side here, we have the jacket, mask, weapons of Ed Carfagno. Ed Carfagno was a two-weapon champion from California. He made the Olympic team in 1940, but alas, because of the early of World War II, the Olympics were canceled in 1940. So, here's a picture of Ed Carfagno winning the Prisoner of Zenda tournament in Los Angeles in 1937. And he fenced for the Los Angeles Athletic Club. This stuff was purchased at a yard sale in Los Angeles for $10 because nobody knew who he was anymore. But he won 3 Academy Awards, including Ben-Hur. He was the art director for Ben-Hur, a legendary man. 13 Academy Award nominations. Over here, we have one of the founders of U.S. fencing, John Allaire. And I tracked his family down, and they gave me some small news snapshots. I had them blown up and sepia-toned, and then I bought frames for them. And John Allaire was the bout committee chair for 37 years of American fencing. Here we have a Hall of Famer. This is Pio Alessandroni, originally born in Italy, came to New York, went to Columbia, and learned to fence there, and he became a medalist in the Olympics in 1932. He was national champion twice, and he and Skrobish and Baker together combined to make the first scoring device that was actually approved for the Olympics in 1936 for épée. And we're very happy this was donated to me. This was the first uniform donated to me 20 years ago by his wife, and that was Anne Van Dukteren Alessandroni. And Anne Van Dukteren Alessandroni, she met her husband. She was taking the train with Joe T. Capriles, another Hall of Famer, on a date to see the Olympic trials. She met her husband to be then, and they married. And so I'm very appreciative of their family for this. And he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame just this last year at the, where were we this year? At the Atlanta Nationals. Okay? So that takes care of this corner. All the way up here, Peter Devine. Peter Devine, and he gave us his warm-up suit from the 96 Olympic team. Peter learned to fence with Miklos Barta. Miklos Barta had a heart attack at the 93 Nationals in Fort Myers, never recovered. And all of his great fencers went on to do so well. So Atkins, Ben Atkins, who I have a great picture of Ben right over here, with Zadok Longenbach. Ben and Zadok were both trained by Miklos Barta, teammates of Peter Devine. And they went on to do great stuff. Edward Muffle, another great fencer, trained by Miklos Barta. And then, of course, one of the greats over here, Cliff Bear. Cliff Bear was trained by Miklos Barta. Cliff Bear went on to go to University of Pennsylvania, fenced with Dave Mechanic, and then he went to Wharton Business School, and now he works for UBS. All right? Cliff Bear won 4 national titles. Okay? And here we have a donation from John Normile, Columbia University, trained by Bill Reith of Cleveland. And Bill Reith, Alcazar Fencing, trained many great fencers. Ben Solomon, Steve Trevor. And this guy is another one of his greats, John Normile. John then went to New York, went to Columbia, and was trained by Aladar Kogler. So he got more wonderful training. And then over here we have Dan DeShane, Hall of Famer, armor extraordinaire. Donated this to me. Dan's a great man, the first American man to be a part of the international arbitrage. Okay, come on back through here. Over here I have some pictures for Ralph Faulkner, Hall of Famer, 2-time Olympian, coach of many champions. And up, if you see this photo here, there is Olympian, 2-time national champion, 1 in foil, 1 in épée, Skip Schertz. Now there are only 2 men alive today who won the nationals in 2 weapons. Skip Schertz is one of them, and the other is Larry Anastasi. There's only 1 woman alive who has won the national championships in 2 weapons, Vinnie Bradford. All right? Now, besides this here, we can see Edith Jane. Edith Jane ran the theater part of the business that got Jan Romery's father and Max Reinhardt into Los Angeles to work in the Hollywood area. So there's Edith Jane. She was the Pacific Coast fencing champion. Here's Edith right here. Okay? And here's the Prisoner of Zenda opening in Hollywood. Douglas Fairbanks Jr. And this was then a tournament, and that's the tournament that we have a picture of Edward Carfagno winning that trophy. And here he is with Red Skelton. And then we move over to this beautiful display of Leslie Marks. Here's Leslie with her family, a beautiful family. And of course, Leslie Marks was married to Michael Marks. We have a number of pictures of her with her teammates, Olympic team, Pan Am team, Olympic team, World University Games team. Here we have a picture of Leslie lunging. All right, and this is...
All I'm doing is I'm pushing, doing this.
And then her warm-up suits that she donated for the World Championships and from the Pan Am Games. Here's just a great portrait of Leslie.
Shouldn't be able to do that because
And a picture of her when she was with Michael Marks. And so you can see all these great pictures of Leslie, and we thank her for her donation. And then over here, her ex-husband, 5-time Olympian, excuse the mess, Michael Marks. This is the official parade uniform that Michael donated from the 92 games. Then we have his 96 Olympic uniform, and here we see some great pictures. Here is Michael and Robert, the Marks brothers, winning the national titles at the same time in '85 foil and epee. And here they are as junior Olympic champions on the cover of American Fencing. Michael is now the director of fencing at Boston Fencers Club. And here, you see, they're looking more like the Beatles, but it is the Marks brothers in the 70s. Now we come around this way, I'll show you some more stuff. There we have Gus Heiss. Gus Heiss made the Olympic team twice. He was, I think, 5 or 6 times national champion in epee. He was wounded at the Battle of the Bulge and never could fence again. Hall of Famer. We thank his family for giving us his uniform, some of his weapons. And then over here, we'll connect down here to Donna Stone. Donna Stone. Here's a bathrobe from Santelli. You can see Donna is a finalist in the '89 World Championships in Denver. And so Donna, she donated her epee, a bag. You can see USA Fencing 1989. Here's one of her FIU uniforms. Now this medal is a gold medal from the World Championships in Denver. Now Donna took 5th, but it just happens there was an extra gold medal that US Fencing gave me from Denver. If you can get a close-up, you can see a beautiful design of the mountains in this fencing design. Now this is not the medal that she won, but it's a replica of the award that she got for her 5th place. A beautiful donation. And of course she also trained with Orsi, Tony Orsi, and her main coach was Jerzy Grzymski. Most people called him Grzymski because they didn't want to try to pronounce his name. Over here, Ralph Goldstein, Hall of Famer, Midwest champion, Olympian, and Olympic captain. And this is his equipment. And we have some great pictures of him. There he is with his wife, Stella Fox Goldstein. All right. Here's a great picture of him when he won the Midwest Championships. Here's a picture. You can see that trophy. That's the National Epee Team Trophy being won for Sal Santelli. And that's Joe DeCaprilis, Hall of Famer. Norman Lewis, unbelievable champion 3 times in a row. Ralph Goldstein, Darnell Every at the Roosevelt Hotel. Of course, they always had gala nights with big celebrations. And this is 1947. Here is Ralph Goldstein sitting with Peter Meyer. Peter Meyer is a famous artist and was a Danish national champion. And Peter also made it to the finals of the national championships. He took 3rd in the nationals when he was in his mid-60s. The great Peter Meyer. You can look him up on the internet, a lot about him. And you can see they fenced for Sal Santelli. Here's a picture of Ralph Goldstein winning the award, getting into the Hall of Fame. And you can see there's Mike DeChico. And there's Alan Rubin. Okay? And here we have Ralph Goldstein, George Worth, Al Qualtler, and Albie Axelrod. All great Hall of Famers. And there they are, New York top fencers.